In this video, you will learn about the property of equality and how to model one-step addition and subtraction equations with algebra tiles. The property of equality is the state of being equal. If you have the variables a and b and they are equal to each other, you can swap them out in an expression. So you can trade a and b back and forth however you need to. That's part of the property of equality. Let's take a look at what algebra tiles are. Algebra tiles can be used to physically represent algebraic expressions and equations and help us visualize how algebra works. A small yellow square represents 1. Its dimensions are 1 tall and 1 wide. The red square of the same size represents -1. The longer green tile represents x, or an unknown variable. Its dimensions are 1 by an unknown amount, or x. Don't let this confuse you. For now, we're just going to use it to represent x. And finally, we have the longer red tile, which represents -x, or -1x. We will not be using this one in this video. Let's look at how to model some equations using algebra tiles. Example 1, x plus 3 equals 7. We'll start by placing a balance in the middle. The balance represents the equality of the equation. The left side and the right side have to be equal to each other for the equation to be true. We can start by placing an x tile on the left side of the balance. Then we'll add +3. And on the right side of the balance, we'll put +7. Now we have to figure out how to get x all by itself. We want to simplify everything down as much as possible. What do both sides have that we can take away? We have to make sure that whatever we do to one side of the equation, we do the same thing to the other side of the equation. Otherwise, the balance will not be level and the two sides will not be equal. So if we remove 3 from the left to get that x all by itself, we have to remove 3 from the right as well to keep it level. Here's what that looks like written down. You would show that you're subtracting 3 from both sides of the equal sign by writing -3 equals -3. When we removed the 3 algebra tiles on the left side, that left us with just x. Then we make sure to write the equal sign, and when we removed the 3 algebra tiles on the right, that left us with 4. Example number 2, x plus 2 equals 5. On the left side, we can start by adding an x and then 2 yellow tiles. That represents x plus 2. And on the right, we've just placed 5 yellow tiles. Now we have the equation x plus 2 equals 5. You can see that we need to remove the 2 yellow tiles in order to get x all by itself on one side of the balance. So if we remove the 2 from one side, we have to also remove 2 from the other side in order to keep the balance level. We show that we are subtracting 2 from both sides of the equal sign. So we can write -2 on the left equals, and then -2 on the right. On the left side of the equation, the x plus 2 and then -2 leaves us with just x. But on the right side of the equation, we have 5 and then -2, which leaves us with 3. So our solution to this equation is x equals 3. Let's see what a subtraction equation looks like. X minus 2 equals 5. We can start with the green x tile, just like before. But we don't have a positive number with it. We have a minus something, a -2. So we need to put 2 negative tiles, or 2 red tiles with it. Now that we have our x minus 2 on the left, we just need to place 5 positive yellow tiles on the right. Now comes the solving. Remember, we have to get x all by itself on one side of the equation. The problem is we have those 2 negatives with the x. We can't remove the 2 negatives because there aren't 2 negatives on the other side to remove. It would not be the same if we removed 2 negatives from one side and 2 positives from the other side. It would be unbalanced. So what if we add 2 yellow tiles to the left side to neutralize those red tiles. It makes them into 0. Remember how one yellow tile and one red tile, or +1 and -1, makes 0. It's a 0 pair. So if I add 2 to the left side, then I have to add 2 tiles to the right side also. Remember, we have to keep the balance level. Since the 2 positive tiles we added to the red tiles basically made them 0, we could remove them. And to show this in writing, you have the +2 equals +2, adding 2 to both sides of the equation. Then we end up with x on the left and equals 7, 7 on the right. So the solution to x minus 2 equals 5 is x equals 7. Now you should know how to model one-step addition and subtraction equations with algebra tiles. Thanks for watching.